Bienvenidos a esta reunión de la mesa directiva del Distrito Escolar de San Mateo-Foster City. Tenemos un intérprete para los participantes que necesitan traducción al español. Para escuchar la junta en español, presione el icono del mundo en su pantalla. Muchas gracias.
Good evening and welcome to the regular board meeting for the San Mateo-Foster City School District. It is now 5:32 and we will convene to our regular meeting. If everyone can please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll do roll call. Trustee Ho,
Here.
Trustee Trent,
Here.
Trustee Proctor.
Here.
Do we have Trustee Kim online?
Yes, I'm online if you guys can hear me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and myself, I'm here, so we're all here. May I please get an approval for the agenda for June 26th?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And may I get a motion for approval of minutes for March 27 and April 24th, 25?
Motion to approve both minutes. Second.
All in favor? say-
One quick comment. Can we make a motion to approve that with the ask that staff revise some spelling errors and others that we've caught in the minute drafts?
Sure, would you like to address them?
Sure. I'll just make a motion to approve the minutes, but advising staff to go back and fix some of the spelling and style errors. Maybe some of the trustee names and administrator names are misspelled, among others. And so we do want to make sure those are corrected before those are entered into the record.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Jean.
All right. Public statements related to non. Yeah, we voted, but, do we vote again?
No, I didn't vote. We did the.
I think I made
we
a
did
new motion.
motion.
Yeah.
Ah, got it. Okay, so.
So I'll second Jean's motion.
Got it. Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Public statements related to non-agenda topics. The San Mateo-Foster City School District cannot act upon any matter that is not included and publicly posted on the agenda, except under limited circumstances as permitted by law. The board may refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and/or action where appropriate. Please limit your statements to 3 minutes. All right, and then we have public statements related to agenda items. Persons will be called on at appropriate time. We will now take any reports from Foundation.
I think Karina said she was going to be on Zoom. Karina, are you there? Or we can go back. Oh, there she is.
I'm adding the SMFCSD Ed Foundation account so they can speak.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. This is Karina Wilhelms, Executive Director of the San Mateo-Foster City Education Foundation. Good evening, Superintendent Ochoa, Board of Trustees, and public. I wanted to let you all know that the San Mateo-Foster City Education Foundation's 2024 to 25 gift from our fundraising this year amounts to $670,287. And this amount includes a check for $180,000 to be used for staff support and out-of-classroom enrichment. Things like staff stipends for clubs, staff support of the Lego labs, art and science assemblies, and bus transportation for field trips. And while these checks were delivered to the district today, we're going to wait until our August meeting to do our formal presentation of our big check and our sponsor recognition when everyone's there in person and we can take photos. I wanted to just report some of the things that we were able to fund this year in our schools. We gave $25,000 in musical instruments for our 4 large middle schools. We funded the district middle school athletics program, a Best Buddies program support for Burrell, Bowditch, and Foster City Elementary, staffing for our Lego labs in each elementary school, the career discovery program for 4th and 5th grade classes, arts assemblies, stipends for teachers to run middle school clubs, 50 Camp Galileo's summer camp scholarships for selected underserved students at every school. We matched the 2024 to 25 SMETA teacher grants, and we funded special education field trips, and we did a school supply drive for our 5 Title I elementary schools. So I wanted to report that out since the checks got delivered today, and we'll address it a little bit more in our August meeting. But thank you all for your partnership this year.
Thank you, Karina. Any committee reports?
I'll just do a quick summary. We, over the last month or two, have had some meetings of the Workforce Housing Committee, and I think I wasn't able to go to this, but the committee went to visit the Knowles site, and I think we're also going to be doing possibly some further site visits later in the next like 30 to 60 days, or I think 60 days. So really exciting, and we'll have more information as we go along.
I have to quickly add to that. I was able to visit the Knoll site with a few of the staff member and some of the other committee members, and what a site. It's definitely a builder's dream, and we're really excited that site was chosen to consider housing to be built. It's the perfect neighborhood, the perfect location. We're really excited about that project. Thank you. Anyone else? All right, PTA Council reports. Is that Bishop? No, that's not. Okay. All right. We'll move to updates from employee groups, SMFCAA. Do we have anyone online?
Not tonight.
Okay, how about CSEA? All right. Everyone's on break. That's fine. I'm still gonna go through it.
think
Make sure
Brianne's-
we don't skip over anyone.
I think
And
Brianne
Smita?
from, Brianne from CSEA, I think is, at least I see her online. Have anything to say?
Oh, you
Brianne?
do? Okay. And that's CSEA?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm so glad that it's all yours.
Somebody's here besides us. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, good evening, trustees and Superintendent Ochoa and executive staff and guests. Guest. For those who may be, it looks a little empty in there tonight. For those who may be attending for the first time tonight, my name is Brianne Bishop. I'm here on behalf of the CSEA Chapter 411, which is the union serving the classified staff members of our district. As the board is likely aware, we've reached an agreement with the district regarding our 2025-26 salary and benefits reopener. We are grateful to have reached a salary agreement that works for our members. We are also grateful that the district will begin participating in the classified school employee summer assistance program in the future, which will hopefully get some money, a little bit more money into the pockets of our 10 and 11-month employees, courtesy of the state of California. In addition, we've agreed to join the committee to explore benefit options with the district, and we are very hopeful that this will open doors regarding district-funded dependent health care. Our family members deserve access to the same quality health care as we employees enjoy, and at an affordable price. We are so pleased that the district is taking steps to make this possible. I apologize, I will not be able to stay on for our agenda items further down on the agenda, but we did want to be sure to thank the district's negotiation team again for working so well with us. There was a whole lot of back and forth on this one. And we just want to make sure they know that we very much appreciate their collaboration and the relationship that we have with them. And with that, we wish everyone a restful and rejuvenating summer break for those of you who get to be off for the summer. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bishop. Is there anyone online for SMETA by any chance? All right, we will move to announcements, and we will hear the superintendent report. Superintendent Ochoa?
Thank you, Board President. Appreciate it very much. Can you all hear me? All right, thank you so much. Definitely end of the year feeling at this board meeting in terms of, just the work and the planning and all of the, just the many, many steps that go into completing a successful school year. I want to give congratulations to our partners at CSEA, our president, Alicia Aragon, her team. Really want to say thank you to our team, John Cosmos and Stephanie Fermeni and Patrick Gaffney. Just a really wonderful, job that you all did together and really showing a lot of respect and a lot of teamwork. I also want to call attention to some pretty important work that's happening out on our campuses. We have something like 19 or 20 different construction projects happening right now, and it is really beautiful work. It is really complicated work. It would not be possible without the generosity of our voters. So to every voter in the San Mateo-Foster City School District boundaries, thank you so much for your continued support. As a district, I feel really strongly that we're delivering some beautiful campuses that are going to make the educational programs in our districts really shine. And that's because of the generosity of our voters. And we have another big initiative on our hands, and that's looking forward to, our next set of building plans in the school district to include things like updating all of our classrooms across the district, and also workforce housing, as Board Vice President Trent pointed out. So definitely a time for reflection on a really positive school year, but also a time to really celebrate the things that are going on the construction side in the district. And then the third and last is we'll be sending out to members of our community some communications here in the next week, inviting folks to volunteer to serve on our next strategic plan process. As the board is aware, we approved at our last school board meeting a contract with the Bay Ed Fund to help facilitate a visioning process and a community strategic plan process in the next year. And it's going to be different than our last strategic plan in that we plan to increase membership. From last time we had about 30 members, this time close to 50 members. So the team will be much larger. And it'll be because we invite more families and we invite more students to participate. So we're really, really excited about that. And we'll have some invitations going out. I anticipate getting a couple hundred people volunteering to participate. And at the same time, in order to have a really representative group on the strategic plan committee, we're going to have to pick and choose from different folks so that we make sure we have representation from our schools and from our communities. But it's a really exciting time to be doing that work. And I look forward to sending that information out to members of our community in the weeks ahead. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, we will move to the proposed consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered by the board to be routine and will be enacted by the board in one motion in the form listed below. There will be no discussion on these items prior to the time the board votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public requests specific items be removed and discussed from the consent agenda. The superintendent and staff recommend approval of all consent items. Movement of any recommended consent item is appropriate at this time. Are there any trustees who would like to pull any agenda items?
Yes, I would like to pull items C4 and C5 for discussion, please.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone in the public? Anyone online?
Let me check. I have one person with raised hand,
Okay.
Angela Stucker.
Hello, Angela?
Angela, please go ahead.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Angela. Right now, we're pulling items from the proposed consent agenda. Do you have any items you would like have pulled for further discussion?
I was only speaking on behalf of keeping the Newton Center for my
Okay.
disabled kid. So I'm not sure. I was unable to respond. Thank you for hearing this. I apologize. I'm literally in the parking lot
Okay.
with my two kids right now. So I'm not
That's
sure.
okay. This is not the time for that at this time. So when we get to that item, we will call
Okay. How
for
do I
online
respond to the
comment.
chat? I was unable to do such a thing. It was disabled.
Yeah, we only allow you to when it's your time to speak. So thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
They asked me
That's
that.
okay.
I apologize.
No
Thank you
worries.
so much. I'll wait.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it. All right, we will, can I get a motion to approve all of the items under the consent agenda and pull, of C4 and C5, please?
Sorry, I just want to clarify, the public commenter, I think she said something about the Newton contract, but I don't see Newton on here. Is that,
I think, oh, I thought that was in a,
am I,
I think that she might be just have comments, I believe. That's what I understood.
right, but then what budget, I mean, I guess like what item would
Oh,
she
it's
be
not, I don't think it's in
making?
the consent agenda. I think it's just where it's public comment, I'm assuming.
But that would have been for non-agenda items, right? If it's not.
Oh, I see what you're saying, in terms of agenda items.
President Brooks, she did have her hand up quite early, actually, at the moment that you were talking about non-agenda items, so it may have been that she was missed at that moment.
Okay. Well, we'll have another moment for public comment,
Okay.
because usually we do it before and after, so she'll have another time. Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll request a motion to approve the consent agenda, removing C4 and C5 for further discussion.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposed consent agenda minus C4 and C5.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right.
Thank you so much. So for item C4, approval of the LCFF local indicators, this is just more of a general question that I had. So I guess first, looking at this attachment for C4, I first wanted to say I was really glad to see that the numbers of our middle school students who are experiencing chronic sadness have been decreasing over the last few years. I think middle school can be a really tough time for students, and I really appreciate seeing the different things that we're doing to increase supports for our middle school students, including counselors and social workers, to help our students feel connected to school, especially those who identify as members of the LGBTQ plus community or any other vulnerable groups. I think what I was wondering, however, was, when I was looking at the different kind of ratings, I noticed a couple of consistent 3 ratings for the history, social science section. And I was just kind of wondering, does that have to do with, the fact that we'll be due for a new social studies curriculum in the 27-28 school year? Is it anything else that I'm missing? I just wanted to get some clarification on that.
No, thank you for the question, Trustee Hote. No, that is exactly right. We're aware of the fact that we, especially at the elementary K-5, have not done the adoption yet. So, the internal rating we did on that is based on that grade span work that hasn't happened yet.
Is it that the curriculum is like outdated, or I was just curious.
Yeah, and you may recall at the last board meeting, you actually approved the purchase of supplementary materials. And this is really just a question of coming out of the pandemic, focusing on the core math and ELA. You're probably aware that we're moving into a pilot and adoption process for math next year. We anticipate following that with the ELA adoption, which means that the history social studies adoption is probably a good 3 years away. So part of our goal with the purchase of the supplementary resources was to enable our staff to continue to do standards aligned instruction even as we have truly an aging social studies curriculum.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My next question was for C5, approval of the consolidated application for funding. Again, I think I was just wanting a little bit of clarification here. On the application, I noticed a list of categorical funds that the LEA is eligible to receive.
Yes.
All of the categories are yes, except Title III immigrant. Can you explain to me why that one is listed as no?
In our district, the enrollment of students who qualify in that category is actually rather low. It doesn't necessarily generate a great amount of money. I think it's maybe $50,000 or $60,000. That's a lot of money, but the requirements that are attached to that, we've just always judged are sort of rather burdensome, and so it didn't feel like it was worth that. We actually were going to take a look at it this year to see, maybe actually whether there's been enough of an increase that it would be worth it. And we're also now in a situation federally where we've said yes to one part of the Title III funding. We know that's going to be cut. And certainly the immigrant funding was going to be cut as well. So we kind of stayed the course until we learn exactly what's going to happen there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, any questions or comments from board? Okay. Anyone in the public would like any? No, we'll do it. I just want to make sure no one has any questions about that. Okay, can I get a motion to approve C4 and C5, please?
Oh, sorry, there was no.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. All right, we will move to human resources. Is that 5A?
Or do we want to do that?
For the C4, C5?
No, the woman who had raised her hand at the beginning of the meeting, Angela. We wanted to do minutes later.
Okay, are there any public comment? Any public comment? So. Okay, we'll move to item 5A, human resources.
John, did you say business? No, you're right, that's you, John. Human resources. Okay. Thank you, President Brooks. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Ochoa, and guests. Before the approval of a collective bargaining agreement, school districts are required to disclose costs associated to the provisions of the agreement. The tentative agreement with CSEA was ratified earlier this week by their members. And we wanted to present to you the costs that are included in the attached AB 1200 public disclosure documents. And we recommend the board approve the AB 1200 documents.
All right, do we have any board questions or comment regarding this item?
As mentioned earlier, I just wanted to say thank you to you and your team and also our CSEA representatives for really all of the work that's happening behind the scenes. And especially everyone's seeking a lot of expediency and fast tracking everything just so that we could meet this with approval today. Having this agreement in place, I think, really brings relief to our classified employees and also clarity for the district so that everyone really, feels prepared going into the 25-26 school year. So just wanted to share appreciation for everybody really getting behind this quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this
Any,
requires a vote.
yeah.
Yeah.
Public comment? Are there any online comments regarding this 5A?
No other commenters except Mrs. Tucker.
Okay. Well, with that, I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We'll move to item 5B.
Okay. On June 18th, CSEA and the district reached a tentative reopener agreement. We'd like to thank CSEA, as has already been mentioned, for their collaboration and partnership in the negotiations process. Again, CSEA members did ratify the tentative agreement this week, and so now we ask the board to approve that agreement and the salary schedule as presented in the board packet.
Thank you. Any board questions or comments? All right, any in person? How about online?
No other public comment.
Thank you. All right, I'll take a vote, or excuse me, I'll take a motion to approve 5B.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. We'll move to item 5C.
So the next two items are regarding salary increases for San Mateo-Foster City School administrators and confidential employees. And the first piece of that is approving the AB 1200 document that is attached in the agenda. So we are asking for board approval on the AB 1200 for administrators and confidentials.
Thank you. Any board questions or comment? In person? No? All right. Online, Joe?
No
Oh,
public
excuse
comment
me,
at
and
this
this
time.
vote is for C and D, correct? Are we doing it both
Just-
at the same time, C and D, because you referenced both the next two
C,
items?
it's C first, and then we'll do D.
Okay, you got it. Okay, we will first take a motion to approve 5C.
Motion to approve 5C.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, and then the last piece to this is the actual approval of the management and confidential salary increases and salary schedule.
Okay. Board questions or comment? All right, online? All right, I'll take a motion to approve 5D.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We will move to education services, 6A.
Thank you, President Brooks. We had the opportunity at our last meeting to spend time talking about the LCAP for 2025-26. Got some good suggested edits. We updated some of the data, of the assessment data that was available as of the beginning of June. And we are now back to ask for your approval. So if there are any questions or comments, I'm ready to answer those.
Any questions from, first I want to say thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Are there any board comments or questions? All right. Can we check online, please, Joe? All right, I'll take a motion to approve 6A.
Motion to approve 6A.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Now we'll move to business finance, 7A.
Yes, similar to my colleague, Mr. Chambliss, our last meeting, we had the opportunity to share detailed information with you about the budget. So tonight, we're asking for approval of the 25-26 budget for the district.
All right, thank you. Any board questions or comments? Any online for 7A?
No public comments at this time.
All right, I'll take a motion to approve 7A.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. And now we'll move to 7B.
So I'm just getting up my screen here. Good evening, Board of Trustees. I'm here to present our construction update. Second is minimize. Sorry here. 1 second. Present. Pardon me. One sorry. There we go. All right, I'm here to present our June update of Measure X and T. As an update, we're almost completed spending our Measure X funds. Measure T, we're a little over halfway spent. All of our shade structures are now producing energy, so we're studying those electricity bills, making sure everything is reporting correctly. Our Fiesta Gardens North project broke ground this spring, and construction is underway. Our third issuance of Measure T is happening this summer. The Bowditch new academic core is scheduled for move-in during our fall break, and the gym will be completed in the first quarter of 2026. And our third phase of our paving and turf projects was awarded and is now under construction. Here's some fun pictures of what's going on right now out there in the field. This is a picture of the new gym at Bowditch and also part of the new courtyard, looking at the counseling and library buildings. Interior view of the new counseling building. This is our groundbreaking at Fiesta Gardens North. And we're underway. This is the forming of curbs of the new soccer field. And this is on schedule to be completed in August. Our new Highlands multipurpose room, we had that ribbon cutting. They've also had their first performance. They had Beauty and the Beast a few months ago. Parkside multipurpose room, it is nearing completion. Here's an interior shot. Meadow Heights multipurpose room, it is also complete. It'll be finishing up this summer. Turf and paving. This is particular pictures of Burrell, but we're removing paving, fixing some, or creating some new ADA improvements and replacing the pavement, basketball poles, and striping at a few of our sites this summer. Here is the Measure X and additional funding sources report. Not much changed here. We gave back some funds to the general fund from the transportation, AB 181. Other than that, things are staying pretty similar. Measure T, since I presented last fall, we've added a new project of technology upgrades. So we'll be kicking off that project to happen next year, but updating all of our data servers. And let's see here, updated our interest. We've received, I've kind of reformatted the funding sources there at the bottom so you can see Measure C, or sorry, Series C is happening this summer, and then we're estimating one final bond sale of $59 million, most likely in 2027. We received 10.2 of interest so far on our bond sales. And then I created a separate column showing what funds we have not yet received. So we have received some grant money on the solar. I'm currently on the IRS website registering our projects to get the rest of the money there of the Investment Reduction Act. And then also our state funding eligibility of, it's a total of 55 million that we're eligible for. So we're also in the process, even though we're doing all this construction currently out there in the field, it's updating our facilities master plan. So our last plan was adopted in 2020. 5 years have passed. So we are combing through each school site and determining what projects we've completed, what scopes are still left to complete off the last plan, and identifying new scopes that are needed. We're scheduled to be completed with that draft in August. After we have that draft, we'll then be going to each school site and having meetings with staff and the community to get their input on the projects listed. We're scheduled to be completed with that plan by the end of 2025. So we're targeting to present it to you in November or December. So you can have a chance to review the projects listed. Looking at this current slide with the timeline, we have also kicked off our feasibility and yield study with housing. So that is underway. We will be going out to the larger community in July with a poll to get a sense of the community about going out for a future bond. Our last master plan was about $1 billion in need. So we've passed Measure T, which was 409 million. I haven't seen the updated prices yet, but we'll see that in the draft in August. In that master plan will also include housing, the cost to build employee housing. And we'll then come to you August or September to give the updates of the different surveys. Also our consultants here, they'll present the findings. We'll present then the facilities master plan to you with the priority list of projects, all targeting January, February, that if the board decides to pass a resolution to go for a future bond. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you. How exciting. How exciting. I've said this several times, but I'm gonna have to say it again. We on the news hear a lot going on in a lot of districts, and I have to say that we are in a very good seat. So thank you for the work that you've done. Does any board comment or questions related to this item?
Yeah, I did have a question for Ms. Rufo about the timing of the bonds. Are we talking about two different bonds at all, or just one? Because I think you said 2027. Was that something else?
2027 is our last issuance of Measure T.
Okay,
So we're selling 100 million this year, and then we have 59 remaining.
Okay.
And then we're now looking at next steps for a different bond.
Got it. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification. That's all I had. Thank you so much for everything you do to oversee these amazing projects all over the district. It's a really big job, so we're very grateful for that. Thank you.
I had a couple questions. First of all, sorry, my voice is not totally here, but thank you for this presentation, and just want to say how fortunate our district is to have the support of the voters and everyone in our district that's making these construction projects possible. So thank you for that. My question is on the funds not received, the state funding specifically. Is that something we're for sure getting, or it's like a wishful thing, or what's the certainty on that and timing as well?
Sure. So our total eligibility is 55 million. We'll be fully eligible by 2027. We're in a 25-year cycle. So depending on when we did the work 25 years ago, it's staggered. So luckily With the program, it's a matching. It's more like a 60-40 match. We've already done all the projects needed to be eligible. So the work we've done in Measure X and Measure T. So we work with a consultant to bundle the documents to send to the state for approval. And because the state bond was passed last fall, that additional money that our consultants say we have a very good chance. We just need to complete all the documents and stand in line. So luckily, and our matching share, or what we will receive, is 55 million. So we had to spend in way excess of that. So it's not a complete guarantee, but it's a lot higher than it was before that last bond was passed in November.
I guess my other question now, a follow-up is, so let's say we get the 55 million, what's the plan for that? And is it already embedded in like our previous facilities master plan? And there's something on the horizon, or is this going to be like future projects, or how does it work?
I would say we would leverage it looking at our new master plan. So it's not currently earmarked for any project.
Okay.
And what I didn't mention, out of the current Measure T, outside of those projects listed, there's still 26 million part of the bond, including, we do earn interest, that's not currently earmarked for an actual project. I anticipate once we go through the master plan project and we look at priorities, I'm looking at probably fire alarm upgrades, but thinking that if we are able to pass another bond, just making sure sequencing is done properly, that we bundle scopes together. But technology is high. We're going to start doing some tech upgrades. But fire alarm, a lot of them are 25 years old and it's time to upgrade.
Thank you.
Jean, do you have any questions or comments?
Nothing on my end. Thank you.
All right. Any in person? Okay. How about online, Joe?
No raise hands at this time.
Okay, we have to take a vote for this one, correct? Oh, we do not.
It's
Okay.
information.
This information. Okay, thank you. Joe, we'll now take any public comment online.
Okay. Mrs. Stucker? Please go ahead.
Hi, what's gonna happen in Newton?
Wait, you're supposed to introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you, President Brooks and Superintendent Ochoa. I just wanna ask a quick question. Oh yeah, this is Jay Stucker, Angela Stucker's daughter. Do you know what's gonna happen with Newton?
We're unable to answer a question in this format, so all we can do is hear your comment.
And
Okay.
President Brooks, if I can just chime in too, I'm happy to connect with our student and with their parent after
Okay.
our meeting as well. Yeah.
Perfect. I was gonna ask if he can give his name and what school?
Yes, let's say your name and your school, Jay.
My name is Jay Stucker. I go to Brewer Island Elementary School, and I was just and I think that we should keep Newton because of all the people there. I have ADHD and a Bible board plan, and people like Jorge, Brian, and Sharon always help me whenever I'm there with my homework, and it gives me a lot of extra. It gives me a lot of extra time to get it done.
Thank you. Superintendent Ochoa, do you have enough information to reach out, or is there some additional information?
I do. Yeah. We'll make contact tomorrow and get together with the family and address their concerns.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any future board member requests for future agenda items? Oh, all right. Any board member statements? Well, I'm happy that we're going on break, and I wish everyone a wonderful, restful, and fun, that is part of the doctor's order, a fun summer. Anyone else?
I wanted to say congratulations to our 8th graders who graduated from Abbott, Burrell, Bowditch, Bayside, North Shoreview, and Parkside. And thank you to the principals and administrators from each of those sites to allow us to be part of the graduation ceremonies. To our 8th graders, we send you with best wishes for high school and beyond. We would love for you to, I don't know where to look when I'm saying this. We would love for you to come back and visit us if you're so inclined, and to stay in touch with your previous schools. Like, younger students really look up to you, and educators really love it when you come back and visit us and tell us how you're doing. And so please don't be strangers, and we're really excited for your next steps. I also wanted to give a shout out to our ELOP summer school team. Vice President Trin and I were able to visit on their first day, which is really the absolute worst, most inconvenient day to visit. And so we really appreciate their great, just how gracious and generous they were with their time. And I wanted to just say that I was really struck by the intentionality of every detail of the summer school program and its coordination, like the students they have and the employees they hired. Kids and faculty looked like they were really happy to be there. And I really hope in time that we can continue to grow our summer school program to be able to serve even more students in the coming years. And last but not least, I wanted to wish the members of our community a happy Pride Month. Pride Month typically has been when, the LGBTQ plus community really gets to win some watershed moments and gain new rights. This month has really been the opposite, and there's been a lot to mourn. And so I can't change what's happening in our country, but I wanted to say that in our district, we value our LGBTQ plus students, families, and employees. I really want to vow to protect you and your rights and to create safeguards for you.
Amen.
Any comment, Jim?
Sure, just a few things from abroad that I'd like to share. So one, I did want to acknowledge that a few weeks ago, we had a really great event with the Give Forward Foundation, the Bay Ed Fund, and other partners in San Francisco. Superintendent Ochoa was on stage with former Education Secretary John King, speaking about both his history and his work in the classrooms, but also some of the issues facing us as a country. So really great, and looking forward to working with the Bay Ed Fund on some of the things that we have planned ahead. I also wanted to thank everyone who came out for our 4th annual Partners Lunch. It was great to see so many folks there. We gave out a lot of awards, brought together a lot of the people that have made our district so successful. And it's a great reminder on how much we rely on our community and other experts and other partner organizations for all of our extended learning and so much more that we do. So always grateful for those folks in the community that helps to make our district so successful. Echoing Trustee Ho, I did want to acknowledge our 8th graders. I had the ability to go to, I believe it was Abbott's promotion, Parkside's, Bayside's, and then also my own 5th grader finishing up at College Park. And so always a great time to celebrate with families and students and our teachers and everyone else who came together. And just to close out at the end of the school year, I think, having only been on the board for a few years now, I thought this year felt just very special in a lot of ways, from the work that we're doing in community schools to the types of new construction projects coming up, and then also to Trustee Ho's earlier comment, the way our community came together to face a lot of the uncertainty and challenges that every school district is facing across California and across this country. I think it just shows a lot of the great work, the great talent and commitment that we have in our district. So I did want to thank again all our teachers, staff, administrators, and everyone else who helped us make this a successful year. I'm looking forward to everyone having a good summer and pick things back up in the fall.
Thank you, Trustee. All right, future meeting dates. Study session, September 11th, equity-focused student achievement, and our next regular board meeting will be August 28th, 2025. And I think we're done. Record time, is this a record time? Under an hour?
This is a record. Our this was 6:29, I believe it was. And it was also a June meeting. It was also a June meeting.
It was all right, well, I'll take a motion. Let's make this one definitely, okay, I'll take a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.